moving on, it's also getting hard for AAP to keep defending its so-called Kattar Imandars. Times now has accessed a damning note which reveals how Kejriwal's deputy allegedly tried to tamper evidence in the Liquorgate scam. A 30th September 2022 note by Manish Sisodia's OSD reveals how he demanded all files related to the liquor policy to be turned over to him, who is incidentally the accused number one in the Liquorgate scam. So here's what the letter to the Excise Commissioner says. Times now has managed to access this, and it says that the Deputy Chief Minister has desired photocopies and scanned copy in a pen drive of documents related to formation of the excise policy. You're requested to kindly provide the documents immediately. All right, we have breaking details coming in. In fact, this is the details coming in from the remand note of the Enforcement Directorate, which says that the director of a Hyderabad-based pharma company is one of the two persons arrested by the Enforcement Directorate on Wednesday in a probe linked to alleged irregularities in the now scrapped Delhi liquor policy. ED's remand note on Sharath Reddy has been accessed, but Times now it mentions that Reddy generated proceeds of 64.35 crore rupees. Let's go across to Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, what is the role of Reddy? Are there any political links? And how was he instrumental as far as the formation of the liquor policy is concerned? What is the Enforcement Directorate telling you?
Managed to access the remand note of the Enforcement Directorate, and some very serious charges have been leveled by the Federal Probe Agency. And what they have said is that in this entire Delhi excise policy, around 100 crore rupees bribe have been paid, and this bribe have been given by in advance by various business groups who directly benefited from this liquor scam. And these business groups were the one who got the excise licenses or the liquor licenses. One of the persons mentioned by the Enforcement Directorate is Sharath Reddy. He, along with Vinay Babu, had managed to get 9 out of the 32 retail zones, of which Indo Spirits got 9 of these licenses. Now, they have went further and said that Sharath Reddy played a very important role in this entire operation. Now, this is the remand note that has been submitted by the Federal Probe Agency, and the hearing in this case has just got over, and it's expected that the court will be giving its order very soon.
Okay.
Sharath Reddy and Vinay Babu were arrested early this morning.
Bhavtosh, stay with us. We'll keep coming back to you for those updates coming in from the court. But I want to quickly go across to Meghna, who in fact has with her the remand note that you have accessed. Meghna, quickly take us through that remand note. What does it say?
Yes, this is the remand note that Bhavtosh has managed to access for us, and it talks about the cartelization between the manufacturers, the wholesalers and the retailers, which has been revealed, it says. In fact, here specifically the name of Sharath Reddy comes up, and this is where they say that Sharath Reddy, in collusion with Sameer Mahendru, who of course has already been arrested, he is in judicial custody, created a nexus of manufacturer, wholesalers and retailers, and the wholesale business was given to Indo Spirits of Sameer Mahendru, wherein Sharath Reddy as well as others had financial interest through proxies. A total of 9 out of 32 retail zones were controlled by the cartel, which was led by Sharath Reddy. This is the cartelization of the liquor policy, which was a result of the liquor policy, which now has been scrapped. Now it goes on to say that the Delhi Government Excise Department, under the influence of the accused persons. Remember, the accused number one in the Liquorgate policy is none other than Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. It says under the influence of accused person allowed the formation as well as the operation of cartelization, even though there was no information was available on public platforms to indicate cartelization by a majority of the license holders. This was done in exchange of bribes and kickbacks to the Delhi excise officials and members of the Delhi government. Who are these members of the Delhi government? In fact, it goes on to say the new excise policy increased the profit margin of the wholesalers to 12%. So the charge is that out of the 12%, about 6% of it went to the officers. So who are those who benefited from the 6% of the hafta which was literally being doled out? That's what is being looked into by the Enforcement Directorate. It categorically says that the various persons involved in the Delhi excise scam have revealed that a bribe of 100 crore rupees has been given in advance for undue benefits to the select business groups by the Delhi government. So this is the part which needs to be probed. Who are these people, and if there is adequate proof against them?
All right, let's listen to some reactions coming in on the story. Meghna, please stay with us.
Is a criminal act. It is a clear-cut proof of sabotage, interference and obstruction in the probe relating to the Sharab Ghotala, where he himself is accused number one. It is legally and constitutionally and morally untenable. And this shows that Manish Sisodia should have been sacked long back by Mr. Kejriwal. But the reason he has not been sacked is so that Manish Sisodia as minister can interfere in the judicial process, in the investigative process. And today, Mr. Kejriwal, after this letter has come out, it is untenable for him to continue as a minister. He should have been sacked long.
Why was it required to get documents on a pen drive? If it was an official request, that request would have brought the files and the concerned paper to the minister's office. But seeking it on a pen drive separately would raise questions that why was it so needed? Any state that has e-governance standards, these things can be also seen directly on the e-governance portals. In terms of signatures and all, you don't need to download it onto a pen drive and see it in a separate computer. So these are very, very serious questions, and answers must be forthcoming on them.